Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch One, and thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust II, reference 116334, stainless steel and 18 karat white gold. While the classical Rolex Datejust turned 70 this year, its little big brother, the Datejust II, is only 6 years old, but it is a bit of a precocious prodigy. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see the Datejust II wears with classic Rolex stance, but it's got a bit more of a broad-shouldered, high presence than you're going to see from a standard 36mm Datejust. It's got a lot of personality. It's very expressive. I would say it even has a bit of the aura of the big Rolex Supercase GMT Master 2s and Submariners. It's got that kind of shoulder. And on my wrist, you can see it also sits close to the skin, so although it's broad and expressive, it's also relatively thin and will have no problem clearing a dress cuff, a long sleeve, a tight sleeve. This is a watch with a heavily sloped bezel, and as you can see, any sleeve is going to get a running start up and over this watch. It sits nice, flush, and flat to the skin like a sports watch, but with the presence and the refinement of a formal timepiece. It's got a lot of versatility in it, and that's highlighted by the finish of this 3-link Oyster bracelet. You can see, although it is the 3-link sporting style Oyster, it has an alternating polished flank, brushed outer link, polished inner link treatment to it that reads as upscale, premium. Definitely, along with the lacquered white dial and the faceted white gold bezel, denotes this one as more of a formal entry in the versatile Datejust and Datejust II catalog. So it has the 100 meter, 330 foot water resistance. It has the durability of movement and construction and bracelet and clasp that you get in a sports watch, but it does have a look that pairs well with the most upscale formal attire. A big part of that is the combination of what's known as white Rolesor with a white lacquered dial. Now there's just more real estate inside of a Datejust II dial. Because it's not 36mm, you're able to spread out the indices, you're able to spread out the huge bubble and the date window of the Cyclops Eye magnifier. What can look crowded on a traditional Datejust is a little bit better proportioned on the Datejust II at 41mm, and that extra real estate pays dividends to create a more refined look that's really less busy and more upscale. In my opinion, works better for a modern formal dress ensemble. Now all of the elements feature applied white gold, high polish, just like the white gold hands and the white gold 5-point Rolex coronet. The dial has a high gloss finish to it, so it's very reflective. It really plays with the light and reflects it back at you, so the watch has a lot of personality and life to it, even in low light conditions. Now that's recapitulated and even magnified by the faceted white gold bezel. Rolex's little cue, it's not in a wink to cognoscenti who love the brand, is the faceted or fluted bezel, which always denotes a precious metal, either platinum, white gold, yellow gold, or rose gold. And in this case, this being white Rolesor, you're looking at white gold, solid all the way through. If you were to scratch it, because Rolex makes its own gold, it blends a homogeneous white gold that is white all the way through. So you don't have to rhodium plate this every couple of years like you do with most white gold. Even if it gets scratched or scuffed, the color will not change, and that goes a long way towards hiding dings, dents, and marks. Now the case itself is also crafted by Rolex. The case is stamped, not machined. Stamping is the right way to go. It requires high upfront investment. Only a couple of companies do it, but as Rolex controls the entire production process, you get stamped steel, and you get that steel in what's known as 904L. So a harder, higher quality steel. It basically holds polished or brushed finish better than conventional 316L, and that's to your advantage over long-term ownership. It looks different, it feels different, and it stays that way longer because it's built better. Now the bracelet itself is of the latest generation, so the end links are solid, the center links are solid. That famed kind of cheesy Rolex rattle, beloved of some, the bane of others, is definitely gone. Though controversial and missed by some, all will benefit from the improvements that have been made to the latest standard of Rolex Oyster bracelets and Rolex Oyster clasps. Now you can see this one fully machined out from a solid billet of steel. It is very sturdy. Closes with a reassuring, resounding snick. Multiple types of finishes on here, very upscale. Opens with a nice trigger action right there. Features Rolex's 5mm Easy Link quick adjustment. Now you can see what Easy Link does. Let me show you that a little bit better on the camera. What Easy Link does is it allows you to get 5mm of tool-free adjustability just by rotating the easy link. So if your wrist expands in hot weather, if you're going to an outdoor ceremony, if you do choose to wear the watch while jogging or swimming, you can easily expand the bracelet tool-free without the intervention of a jeweler. It's just more value that Rolex adds to the basic timepiece. But the most value inherent in this Datejust II may be inside the case. Now, when it bowed in 2009, the Datejust II introduced Rolex's 3136 movement, the first major overhaul of the 3135 workhorse in-house Rolex movement since the late 80s. It added a combination of the Parachrome blue hairspring and the new Parashock shock protection system, both made in-house by Rolex. Parachrome blue adds extra thermal, positional, and magnetic resistance to the movement, so better accuracy, but also better durability and resistance to the kind of subwoofers, high-powered computers, and home entertainment systems that you see in the modern home and office. And the Parashock shock protection system demonstrated Rolex's formidable engineering capability as one of the few companies, and I mean very, very few, that includes, and let's just look at who's not included in this group of companies making their own shock protection, not including Patek Philippe, not including Jaeger-LeCoultre, not including Vacheron Constantin, not including Audemars Piguet. There are only a handful of companies outside the Swatch Group, which owns all the parts suppliers, that can actually make their own shock protection, much less improve on the basic Kif and Inca block designs that have been around for generations. Rolex is one of the few, and that 3136 incorporates this subtle but significant innovation. The 3136 features a full balance bridge, a free-sprung escapement for precision and durability. This is the same basic movement architecture that you'll find in the likes of the Submariner, the Deep Sea Sea Dweller, the Sea Dweller, and it's sturdy, it's sports watch tough. So while this watch is somewhat formal and refined on the outside, it has the heart of a champion inside. Very tough. The movement is as rugged as the case and the bracelet itself. It's also very accurate, being a COSC certified Swiss chronometer with a 50-hour power reserve, seamless bidirectional automatic winding smoothed out by Teflon-coated reversing wheels. This watch is very precise, very accurate, very tough, and it embodies Rolex's latest technology. So mechanically, aesthetically, refinement is the byword for the Rolex Datejust II. Now this Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust II reference 116334 in white Rolesor, stainless steel and 18 karat white gold can be seen on our website Watch One in high resolution images. As ever, you can email me at tim@watchyouwant.com or call me anytime with any questions you may have, and I encourage you to check out the high-res images of our watches. All of the watches we've previously sold, as well as our current inventory, can be seen on our website. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you online.